Environment and Land Court, but let's switch gears and you move to a court, the High Court, whereby you're handling a succession matter. And there was a couple, and one of them is now deceased. The one who is deceased is the female. The female, or the wife of this gentleman, and the gentleman has come to court and he's applying for letters of administration in respect of the estate of his late wife. The application for letters of administration, as he's applying for this, he's also facing a criminal trial where he has been charged with the offense of murdering his wife. And you are the judge who is seized of the matter. Can you tell us how you will proceed with this matter in determining it?
Okay, thank you.
And remembering, of course, yes, okay, please proceed before I say something else.
Okay, thank you. In this scenario, there is an issue of the husband having murdered the wife.
It's an allegation. It's an allegation. And remember that Article 50, Sub-Article 2A, guarantees the presumption of innocence. So there has been no conviction. He's a suspect, or he's an accused person, and he's not a convict.
Okay, in that situation, then what I will do is to wait so that you give the man a fair chance to go through the criminal process. And if he is found to have actually committed the murder, then under the law of succession, you cannot benefit from the estate of a person to whom you have murdered.
Supposing the criminal trial takes 5 years, it will have to wait, and he's telling you the Constitution says I'm innocent until proven otherwise.
I don't think, I may be wrong, I don't think the Constitution, it will be unfair for that to wait, because this is a serious offense with the implication on whatever the man is seeking to inherit.
You are actually right. What section of the Law of Succession Act is this? Found?
I must confess I cannot point out, but...
And do you know what the rule is called? What is this rule that you cannot benefit in terms of inheritance from inheriting property of a person that you yourself killed?
Again, I must confess, it is long time since I interacted, and during my revision I didn't come against.
Have you heard of this? Have you heard of the Slayer rule?
Slayer?
Slayer rule, slayer and forfeiture rule.
Slayer.
Yes, you slay somebody.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. That's all, CJ.
Yes. Good afternoon. Is it good morning or good afternoon? It's afternoon now.
Yes. Thank you, Commissioner.
You're familiar with the decision in Murwatetu?
Yes.
So in that matter, the Supreme Court outlined the difference between an amicus and an interested party and how they can approach a court. Are you able to tell us about that?
Yes. An interested party is a person who has interest in the outcome of a litigation. But an amicus is a person who, with the leave of the court, comes into proceedings for purposes of giving expertise and has no interest in that litigation.
What do you mean by interest? Because if I'm an amicus, I'm coming because I have an interest in the matter. So what do you mean, what is the difference between the interest of an interested party and the interest of amicus? What is the difference?
The difference is that in the issue of amicus, the amicus has no interest in the outcome of the proceedings, but is there to lend the expertise upon being allowed. But on the other hand, the interested party is interested in the outcome of the proceedings.
Okay. Anything else that comes to mind?
In the case of Mbratit, or
In the case of amicus and interested party, any other differences that was laid out in Moratetu as to how the court treats an amicus or an interested party? Is there any other difference? You've talked about interest and outcome.
Yes.
Is there anything else?
yes, for an interested party, he or she must demonstrate that he has a stake or she has a stake in the proceedings.
What is the difference between the interested party's stake and the other parties? And how should an interested party approach that, the stake of the other party?
The interested party is not the primary mover of the case. His interest is just limited to the interest he has in that case, but the case belongs to the primary parties.
Okay. Are you familiar with the Supreme Court case of Methodist Church? It is widely known as the hijab case. Are you aware of that case?
Yes, I'm aware about it.
What was the decision of the Supreme Court in that matter? And what were the reasons for that decision?
The decision of the interested party, not interested, but the Supreme Court was that if the concerned, maybe say children in school wear hijab, it is their constitutional right, and you cannot discriminate against that by maybe ordering them to remove, or because you will be.
No, that was the finding of the Court of Appeal.
Yes.
But in the Supreme Court, when the matter came to the Supreme Court, they made a different finding based on a legal principle. What is that?
Commissioner, I must confess, it's not.
It was, let me help you, it was because an interested party
Yes.
cannot carry a case on its own away from the primary party. Just what you were saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Clear identification of issues, rigorous application of the you cite statutes, President well, and your tone is professional, and the orders that you issue are those that can be enforceable, easily enforceable. So, but I've noticed you've been at the Land Court for how long now? How many years?
For 13 years.
13 years. So is there any matter that you can say is you've broken new ground in the area of land and environment? Because those that you have shared are restating existing provisions of the law or jurisprudence. Is there any matter maybe you can tell us that you have not submitted? Any matter that you can think of? groundbreaking
Yes, Commissioner.
jurisprudence? Yes.
I have one case I decided in Kitale. It touched
What was
on.
it about?
It is Kitiliti. I cannot.
No, what is it about? You don't have to remember
it touched on the issue of land control board consent. Someone had purchased land, paid the entire purchase price, was given possession, stayed in the land for 20 years. And then after 20 years, now the vendor brings a suit seeking eviction. So what I did, I built up, I know the land control board provisions. So in my judgment, I went through the history. There is a time the land control board consent was listed among the acts which were actually to be repealed. But somehow it found its way back to the statutes. So I built up on the decision by the Court of Appeal on constructive trust. That decision, I think, was decided by Commissioner Jia, the CJ, I think when they were in Nyeri. So I built up on that and said it will be unfair for one to take someone's money, give possession, watch that person has massively developed in that area, and then you come, after 20 years, you say you want him out.
Okay,
so I
you
said,
relied on the decision of
yes,
Court of Appeal.
Yes,
Okay.
But I know there are conflicting decisions in that area.
Okay. Now, if you know that one, then I'll not ask you that question. I wanted to ask you
Yes.
that. And then I've also taken note that the recent decision you shared with us was a 2023 judgment. Why didn't you share with us at least recent judgments or ruling?
I have a reason for that, Commissioner.
Yes, please explain.
So that was the reason.
Okay, and currently there is heightened public scrutiny. Okay, and currently there is heightened public scrutiny on how public servants operate. There is a social media exposure, there is a social accountability. How should judges regulate themselves and ensure that they comply with the Bangalore principle without eroding their personal autonomy? As a judge, there is a life beyond being a judge. So how are you going to ensure that whereas you are doing your personal issues or personal engagement, you still maintain to the public that you hold a powerful position? Again, you're expected to operate within the Bangalore principles of judicial conduct.
Yes, whereas I understand that judges have the option of going into social media, but
not just social media, just social conduct.
Social conduct.
Yes, maybe dancing, engaging in.
You
I'm
have
just
to,
asking, yes.
as a judge.
It's okay. That's what I'm saying. There is a personal autonomy.
Yes, yes.
Yes, but you know there is a thin line. There are people who would say we would not want to see a judge do ABCD. As a human rights lawyer, I believe you need to do things. That's why I can't be a judge for now. But in terms of you, the position of a judge,
Yes.
going out, enjoying few drinks, dancing, and people are all over there with cameras, videos, and they're saying this is a judge. And so how would you balance that?
You
the conduct under the bungalow
yes,
principles.
I agree. A judge has life beyond the courtroom.
Yes.
But the code of conduct obligates each and every judge, whether in public or private, to behave in a way that gives honor to the profession. You cannot go dancing, maybe for those who take alcohol, stand on tables and you expect that
Okay. Yes, thank you. I'm okay with that response, Judge. And I love dancing myself.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, that's a very interesting exposition of the life of a judge. Good afternoon, Judge, once again.
Afternoon, Commissioner.
Now, I want to read you a quote from a leading HR practitioner. Then you tell me your views on the next question that I'm going to ask. Yes. Performance management is not about annual reviews. It's about daily conversations. If feedback only comes once a year, it's not management, it is neglect. I'll read it again. Performance management is not about annual reviews. It's about daily conversations. If feedback only comes or happens once a year, it is not management, it is neglect. Now, in your understanding of the performance appraisal system in the judiciary, more so the one concerning judges and jails, is it a case of management or is it a case of neglect?
No, I don't think whether it is a case of neglect. You see, these performance appraisals are anchored in law and to some extent in the Constitution. Like the judiciary as an institution is obligated to give the status once every year. So, building on that, that is why the judiciary management gives appraisals after every year in compliance with the plans and in compliance with the constitutional provisions. So one, I don't believe one would say it's neglect. And if that were the case, still in between there are mechanisms through which maybe the public can know what the judiciary is doing. And there are many forums for doing that, like the Court Users Committee. You engage the public in initiatives like one we will have during the Judiciary Dialogue Day, which is coming on 30th. So that way the public gets to know what each
Okay. You're focusing mainly externally. I'm thinking about internally.
internally.
Yes. Would you still agree with that statement? Maybe that is where I should have started, whether you agree with that statement, and then maybe go to what the judiciary is doing internally. Externally is where we'll be talking about SOJA, we'll be talking about dialogues, isn't it? Because then we engage with external stakeholders.
Internally, the judiciary has mechanisms of monitoring that. Like for judges, apart from giving your monthly returns to the Directorate of Performance, as a judge, you're obligated to do a report to the CJ of what you've been doing for the entire month.
For the entire month.
Yes.
And also give your returns on a daily basis to DISPOP.
Yes, that one, what we used to call DCRT. Yes.
So it's about reporting. But you
Yes,
know, appraisal
it's
is not just about reporting, it's also about discussions, which still members can do if you're in a division or in a station, just to discuss how you are doing as a station, even on a daily basis, isn't it?
Yes, you can do that.
Especially with CTS.
Yes.
Okay.
That one is.
So your answer is it's not a case of neglect. We are actually doing performance management.
Yes.
Okay.
We are doing that.
The other question, or rather what I want to engage you on, concerns your report from DISPOP. I believe you are given a copy?
For purposes of this interview,
Yes.
I wasn't.
But have you looked at your performance in preparation for this interview?
Yes, I looked at my performance.
Yes. You're happy with it?
There are several. I didn't print.
It's okay. Even if you didn't print, I believe you looked at it in preparation for this interview, isn't it?
Yes.
And are you happy with it?
I am very happy with it because I meet the targets as required of me as a judge. In fact, we are required to do a combined 10 judgments and rulings per month. But
Okay. 10 judgments per month. I'm looking at your performance report. I'll just give you the figures, then you'll tell me. Because you are alone, there's no question of comparison, so that's to tell whether you are carrying your weight or not.
Yes.
So when you're alone, the only thing we can measure you against is the targets. Then maybe you'll tell us if it's a matter of concern and what you think. So from the data I have, you said you were transferred to Makueni and you've been there for about a year.
Yes, a year. Actually, I turned a year on 13th.
So I'm looking at the returns you have for Makueni alone, which I believe now would cover the entire period you've been there. It says here that in the year 24-25, which must be around the time you were transferred there, you did only 2 judgments. And since for this year you've done 5, so a total of 7 for the period of 1 year you are telling us you've been in Makueni. I don't know what you would say about that report.
No, that one is totally inaccurate. In fact, Commissioner,
I'm talking about judgments, Judge.
Yes,
just
yes,
purely
judgments.
judgments.
That's what I'm telling you, that report is quite inaccurate for sure. This morning from the Kenya law, I received, this morning as I was in the boardroom, I received a report from Kenya law showing for December I did 8 judgments and 8 rulings. So in fact, I didn't know why I didn't carry that. I normally have a list of the judgments which I've delivered. Since I went to Makueni, I've delivered over 70 judgments, and that one can be verified. So I'm shocked that even you, Commissioner, you can click. It's in the Kenya law. What I received today, 8. And then
Kenya law does monitoring of the judgments judges deliver.
Yes, they receive. Because once you do a judgment, like for me, I deliver judgments on Thursdays. So my office administrator makes sure that everything is sent to the Kenya law for publication. So this morning, 8 rulings and 8 judgments, 19. So I don't know what.
So what you send to Kenya law is real time?
Yes.
Almost real time?
Yes.
Okay, then maybe you may need to, this is the results we were given between July and September of this financial year, and then the previous financial year, they're talking about 7. So maybe you will need to confirm that.
Yes.
But you have other resolutions, that is merit resolution, but other resolutions doesn't look so bad. So maybe you need to have a conversation with DISPOP so that at least the report that we have is amended accordingly.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Judge, and I wish you well.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, and welcome, Judge, again.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Now, now that you said the life of a judge is, in terms of socializing is limited, how do you address burnouts and take care of your mental wellness, just to maintain the productivity and just to live a normal life also?
Yeah, there are ways. where you can, in which you can go about that. Like now, as a judge, yes, you know your life is limited, but you have to create something like when you walk into the court, you just say hi, make sure you are happy, and you build your mood throughout the day by saying hi, how are you, occasionally passing through the registry and saying hi, watu wangu, how are you? Then that one, it cannot, you cannot burn out.
Yeah.
And then wellness, as a judge, once you are through with the court work, you go around the estate, brisk walking. That one is helps, and meditation. Those are some of the ways you can do, and especially helping other people. There is a feeling you have when you have helped someone. You get satisfied. In that process, you cannot serve a burnout.
Yeah.
You cannot, I think I've answered.
So do you engage in community service?
Yes, I do.
What type of service?
Like back in the society, back in my village, I assist church activities like schools. You contribute we have alumni associations. We identify needy students. So as an alumni association, we assist that. Like maybe I can give that example. There is a time I saw Citizen TV featured someone from Coast, a young boy, and he happened to be from my old school, Nyambaria. So I was so touched by that story, I decided, okay, why can't I help this boy? I said, okay, I'll pay school fees for 1 year. And I did that, and the other alumni, some contributed for transport from Kwale to Nyambaria. Then as I speak, is doing medicine in Moi University.
Very well.
So those are the kind of activities.
Good, thank you. Now, to my question, what safeguards exist to prevent the executive or the legislature from using budgetary control to influence judicial outcomes?
I think that one now touches on independence of the judiciary. If I maybe
Yes, you are okay.
yes,
You are
independence of the judiciary, and like for judges, that's why our salaries are drawn from the consolidated fund. In that way, you are independent. There is now you are independent. The executive cannot come and maybe threaten or exert pressure that if you don't do this, we have no threats from budget cuts, because budget cuts don't touch on the judges. I hope I've answered.
Okay.
Your question.
And how do you reconcile oversight with judicial accountability?
Oversight as from the
Yes,
judiciary perspective, or
from both the judiciary. There are those mechanisms that have been put in place through the constitutional statutes to ensure that there is oversight and accountability of the resources to the public.
yeah, those measures and they include the judiciary is an obligation to make reports on how they are using the resources allocated, budgetary resources allocated to them in the social reports, which are done yearly, and then the other.
And what is the role of JSC in all this, in governance?
JSC, as an institution, it also oversights the use. They make policy decisions. Money is allocated to various maybe courts, and it is their obligation to ensure that those resources are used in a proper way. For example, if finances are allocated, there are those transparency mechanisms which are followed, like if a court is allocated a certain amount, then as a measure of accountability, they have to demonstrate that they have complied with them, maybe the Public Procurement and Disposal Act, by, like when it comes to procurement, putting in place the relevant committees. Yeah, those are means.
Okay. Now, in your opening remarks, you talked about integrity, that you really uphold the value of integrity.
Yes.
So, in your many years of experience, has your integrity ever been put to test?
Yes.
Just give us a scenario and how you went about it.
You see, like I've had a case, one instance when I was at Milimani, then there's a boy from home who came seeking that I do a favor in respect of a litigant. So I told him, I don't do that. Let that person come, present his evidence in court, and that was it. Yeah.
And so when you went back home and you see this boy helpless, you did not help him?
No.
It doesn't prick your...
You see, it is very unfair, very unprofessional to do that. Take someone's land because you want to do a favor.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Honorable CJ. Judge, I have a few questions for you. Please describe yourself as a leader and maybe tell us why you describe yourself in that manner.
As a leader, I am a consultative person. I like taking decisions in consultation with whoever I'm dealing with. I like to incorporate people in whichever decisions I make. I don't command them, and that leadership, I've shown it from the time I joined the Judicial. Those leadership skills, I've shown them. And if I can give one example, like I went to Pusia as a magistrate, and then I was appointed head of station. So as a head of station, you have to inquire what is in the station. So I found Pusia was known for complaints. So I called the staff and asked them, what is this source of complaints? Pusia is known for complaints. Then I identified, zeroed in on to one of the persons who was behind those complaints. So using the leadership skills, I called him, talked to him, and actually in the process of talking to that person, he was like acting like instigating litigants complaining. So when I had that dialogue, he promised that, okay, were it not for the fact that that is what he told me, that you called me, you have reasoned with me, you were the next person I would have written a letter against. So from that time, Busia became free of complaints. And I remember when the late Chief Justice Gicheru came, that was the first thing he asked. Can you tell me, I've been seeing so many complaints before, but of late I don't see any complaints. What did you do? I gave the...
Okay. Okay, fair enough. You're a human being, so I'm sure you have your strengths, and you also have weaknesses. Maybe you could give us two of each. Two of your strengths and two weak points.
One of my strengths is working as a team player, because without working as
just
a team,
mention
yes,
so that we move faster.
then a team player, and I like people who produce results.
Okay.
Then my weakness may be people complain. I journal out so many matters which delay them, but I've had like my secretaries say, you are overburdening us. So I don't know whether that is a weakness or...
So how do you manage that, so to ensure that you're not in conflict with the people that work directly under you?
What I do, I tell them, okay, these are litigants. You are seeing, like I have a policy of clearing old cases. Here is a case which has been in the system for 29 years. So I expedite it. So I cannot succeed without you. So bear with me. We are serving humanity, and as per the principles of the judiciary management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will take that one weakness. How do you manage work-related pressure, especially when you have multiple tasks with conflicting deadlines?
Commissioner, come again.
How do you manage pressure, work-related pressure, especially when you have multiple tasks with conflicting deadlines?
You see, you cannot really experience that if you organize yourself. You can take as much in a given time. You cannot take too much. So it boils down to management. So to avoid that, like for example, you cannot list 5 hearings in one day. And then, like as back in Makueni, I'm the only judge. I have other duties. I must oversee what is happening in the court.
Okay.
So,
other than time management, is there any other mechanism you'd put in place?
To avoid...
you have a lot of work. They are all due almost at the same time. They have conflicting deadlines.
You give priority to time-sensitive matters, maybe, what I can say, time-sensitive.
Okay. Do you ever delegate? Are there duties that you delegate?
Yes. You cannot...
so isn't that one
work.
of the ways to ease pressure?
Yes, you cannot micromanage or think that you are the only ones. You have to delegate, and that is where the deputy registrars are there.
Okay.
The heads of the registries.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'm answered. Santi.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Judge. For record and for your information, my name is Isaac Ruto, also Vice Chair. Thank you. Now, you said you you don't want to take you don't go into social places. You are not expected to be going there. How about, can you be an evangelist?
Just a minute, please come.
You mentioned that obviously you wouldn't go to the bar and maybe have a heated discussion with your colleagues, but including standing on the table. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah. How about being an evangelist? Can you take up that responsibility?
Annie?
Evangelist. Evangelist. Are you? Which religion you profess?
Commissioner, let me clarify what I meant. I didn't say I don't.
Evangelist. Are you? Which religion you profess?
Commissioner, let me clarify what I meant. I didn't say I don't go to social places. You can go, but it will depend on the degree of your conduct. I didn't say I don't go.
No, that's, I also understood it as such.
Yes.
No,
Then,
I'm just saying, you said it's measured. Now, how about you profess a faith?
yes, I'm an SDA.
SDA. So what activities are assigned to you once in a while?
As
You can take the sermon, you can lead the congregation.
no, I must say I confess the SDA, but I've not been baptized. I don't want to lie. So I was born in an SDA family, but I'm not baptized. But I go to church occasionally.
Okay, I don't want to push that line. Now, thank you very much. In your view, how should national institutions balance sovereignty with international obligations?
How should?
How should, for example, national institutions like the courts or others and the other obligations internationally?
You see, like the way I understand the commissioner is that you're asking me how they can balance, like Kenyan institutions under maybe international law.
Yes.
They have obligations to, for example, combat drug trafficking or child trafficking. Then, under the international law, which is under Article 2 of the Constitution, is part of our law, they have obligations to take measures which will ensure that those vices are eliminated.
And what role?
I hope I've answered.
What, you know, you've answered. What role do judicial or professional networks play in strengthening standards, ethics, and accountability?
I didn't want. I didn't
I'm asking, what role do judicial, professional networks, professional networks play in strengthening standards, ethics, and accountability? Have you joined any of the professional networks in your field?
In the court system,
Yes.
we have we interact with the professionals from
Yes.
the lawyers,
Yes.
through established mechanisms like the court users committee, or the bar bench, and that is where we exchange on matters affecting the judiciary.
Mhm.
Yes.
So you participate,
Yes, I do.
including outside the country? Do you have such networks where you participate?
Through the IMJA, the East African Judges and Magistrates Association,
Yes.
or the Commonwealth Judges and Magistrates Association.
Yes.
So, through those kind of networks, we share and yes.
Okay, thank you. Good day.
Thank you very much. I think you've been asked all the questions on the technical and practical areas. Let me ask you one general question. I want to know what is your world view, or how do you view the world? The world view, your own world view. When you sit there as Justice Ogoti, how do you view the world?
Thank you, CJ. I view my view of the world is that the world is a global village. It has its own setups, which not only affect the particular countries, they also affect us as Kenyans. So we are under obligation to deal with the issues which affect the global issues
Which are those issues?
Like now we have cybersecurity. It's a global issue. We have extreme weather changes, climate change. Biodiversity has been affected. There are rare species of animals which have died because of those. So my view, global view, is that how can Kenya, or as a judiciary, do its bit?
Particular, as a judge, what would you do to protect the world, because it's now a village and it is endangered?
I'll borrow from the various conventions, protocols which have been set up and which have been ratified, and as a judge, apply those when need arises, like if there is an appeal arising from cybersecurity issues, and a matter has come on appeal, you deal with it at that level. I hope I've answered CJ.
Yes, I wanted to hear how you protect the world if you are successful as a judge of the Court of Appeal. Yeah, thank you very much. I think this brings us to the end of a very robust engagement with you, Judge. We thank you, and I also thank the commissioners. Before we release you, we always give a candidate an opportunity also to engage us. So now the floor is yours to tell us whatever you wish.
Okay, thank you, CJ. I really don't have a question, but I take this opportunity to thank you, commissioners, for the work you are doing. I don't take it for granted that this commission has given me opportunity to come for interview twice. There was one time it aborted, and there is a second time, which is this. So I don't take it for granted. I pray that you have the strength to carry on this exercise to fruition. I know it is ending tomorrow, and I'm aware from there, with a short break, you will again start interviewing the judges of the High Court and the ELRC. And from the advertisements I saw, today I have not seen the former secretary. You advertised for the secretary of the JSC. So you are doing a great work, and God bless you as you discharge your duties. May God's blessings be upon you.
Thank you. We also wish you success, and we also wish you God's blessings as you do your work of serving the people of Kenya. We will get in touch with you when we complete the exercise. Meanwhile, keep up the good job, the good practices you have picked in your experience. Keep applying them for the benefit of Kenyans.
Thank you, CJ.
Yes, you are now released, but somebody will show you where we can also serve you lunch so that you don't go away very hungry after you've sat here for many hours.
Okay, thank you, CJ, and for the invitation.
Karibu.